what I would truly like to see is people coming to the city. At the end, they say, "Wow, what a wonderful city Melbourne is."
Well, Future Melbourne sets out the long-term directions for all aspects of city life. It provides goals, strategies and potential activities that we can engage in that will lead us in that direction.
I think the vision for Melbourne, people would love to see Melbourne to be a bold, inspirational and sustainable city.
What we did as a first step was to set up on the reference group leaders of various communities so that we could reach into their diverse networks. We tried to be as innovative as possible. We had public forums, face-to-face discussions, we had an art show, we had an online community, we had collaborative facilitated sessions. We really did as much outreach as possible. It was really terrific.
We ran a project called Future Lab, which was a 2-day workshop that involved 70 YGen people from across the city and also older mentors. It's really important to involve young people in the processes in Melbourne because the average age in Melbourne is 28 and a third of the population is students. So we're really keen to take ownership of the city ourselves and look at how we can advance it.
We had engagement from over 15,000 people at the end of the day, and that includes the online community, which was absolutely superb, which just goes to show you how engaged Melburnians are with their city and how passionate they are about what happens to their city.
Melbourne is one of the fastest growing cities in Australia. The future Melbourne plan is to ensure that we maintain our growth and sustain our livability.
We have goals to make the city of Melbourne a prosperous city, an eco-friendly city, a livable city in terms of its people, a creative city, a knowledgeable city and a connected city. Well, for a connected city, we'd be looking for something like 90% of people who work in the city coming in by walking, bicycling or public transport.
I think it's vital we take climate change and sustainability very seriously. I want to see Melbourne become a carbon neutral city and water self-sufficient.
One of the targets is that per capita greenhouse emissions are decreased by 35% per resident. Some of the things that we would be looking at, for example, are ensuring that we're building sustainable green buildings and that we're retrofitting the buildings that we already have in our city to ensure that they're as green as they possibly can be as well.
The challenges facing Melbourne with such a phenomenal growth is to ensure that the infrastructure are there and the facility are there.
We would want to ensure that all new housing development has at least 20% of the development being affordable housing.
The future for Melbourne is this seamless integration of Dockland back to the city centre. Therefore, the connection of Melbourne's hub to the waterfront is crucial to develop Melbourne into a truly international waterfront capital.
I guess the way I see a bold, inspirational and sustainable city is that it's environmentally and socially and economically sustainable.
We have been able to facilitate the engagement of tens of thousands of Melburnians to have an input into this very bold, inspirational and passionate plan. And I'm very happy to hand it over to the City of Melbourne.
We'll be implementing the draft Future Melbourne plan and working with all these state governments and all the major stakeholders and with the people to ensure Melbourne achieve those goals. I would like to thank the reference group chaired by Carol Swartz and also all our project partners in developing the Future Melbourne plan.